It's Regina
and Sabrina,
and we're going to be checking out
Hua Chenyu's Sacred Tree
live performance.
So excited.
We have two versions that we're going to be doing. Both of them have translations on it, but the first version is a whole view fan cam of the stage. It looks like it's distant from the thumbnail. So I think mostly we're going to be concentrating on the song with this one. And then with the second one, it's, from what I've been told, is a close-up view. So we were sent two links. So we're going to check out both of these links, but we're going to put them in two separate videos so that you don't get like a really long video. So we're going to get both uploaded today, so look for both of them. This is the whole view fan cam, and then we're going to do another reaction to the close-up of Sacred Tree. So we're going to dive into it. Hua Chenyu is a Chinese artist who is absolutely brilliant. He does a Mars concert every year. We were so hoping that we'd be able to go, and we hope we get to go to next year's. But y'all, if you haven't checked out his music, please look him up. You cannot go wrong.
So
literally, we want to tell you all this stuff about him, but the only way to really get to know Hua is to dive into his music, and because I feel like it really defines who he is. So we're going to jump into Sacred Tree.
Let's do it.
We do have translations. Thank you so much to the fan club for translating these videos.
Very much.
There he is. Oh, he's gonna rise up.
Yep.
Look at the stars. Background's like stars. Oh, wow. Chaos and tragedy. Oh, look at that stage, too. Oh, his voice here. Look at this. Like shooting stars. He puts a lot of work into that. Oh, I like that. Oh, wow. Oh, that vocal. Oh man, you can feel that in your soul. Oh, that feels ancient. Is that a tree? Like, what he's on kind of looks like a tree. Well, I don't know, I can't tell. It does kind of look like one. All of it does. If you look at it. Yep. I just realized that. Yeah, as a whole.
I'm drowning in the... Wow.
It reminds me of a weeping willow.
Demolish this prison again.
It's like leaves falling. That stage was
When you see it
epic.
from that far,
Oh,
you really get to get a feel of what the stages are like at his concerts. And he puts a lot of work and
a lot of effort
into
and thought. And okay, I know we've said before, but anytime you watch or listen to Hua, you're gonna get an individual like opinion or perception from his lyrics, from watching his stages, from listening to what he does with his voice. With this one, I didn't see at first. I thought it was like shooting stars, like
Then you
above him,
realize
and then you
it's this big
realize
tree, which
to
makes
us
sense.
it did. Now we're not
Well, which
100%
makes
sure,
sense
but
because of
it's
the title.
called Sacred Tree, but it looked like what he was standing on was like the trunk of a tree, and then
Yeah.
everything above him was kind of like the tops
Coming
of
down,
the trees,
yeah.
and it reminded me of a weeping willow.
It did remind me of a weeping willow. Absolutely.
I get the sense, the feeling that I got from this was the feeling that I got when I read the book when I was little. I don't know if you remember the book I'm talking about. There's a children's book, and I think it's called The Wishing Tree. Maybe it's called that. I can't remember the title now. It's been so long since I've read this book.
I don't know.
But it's about this boy, and it's told from the tree's perspective. And this boy comes and he sits at this tree. He just comes, and it kind of like, as the boy grows, the tree grows older too. And eventually, it's very sad for a children's book because he comes back as an old man. He sort of leaves the tree and doesn't come for a long time. If I remember correctly, y'all, it's been a long time since I've read this book. And then the tree, if I remember correctly, is cut down. And then you see the boy sitting on the trunk of the tree as an old man. Now it has been a very long time since I've read this book, so I may have said something. It's a very good children's book. I still read children's books. I love to go back and read children's books. I think children's books are beautiful because they're told for children, but there's always this deeper meaning behind it, and you don't realize some of those deeper meanings until you're an adult. So you go back and you read these books, and you're like, oh, wow. I didn't get this as a kid, but I get it now.
You get it now. You know what it reminds me of, though, when you talk about a tree anyway, you think about the lifeline of a tree, and trees live for such a long time.
They see a lot of things. They see a lot of destruction. Mm-hmm. They weather a lot of destruction.
And like we were saying before in a reaction, each song makes you think differently. Mm-hmm. This one kind of reminds me of my daughter, my oldest daughter, who has autism. because it talks about the demolishing of sounds. You know how she's so sensitive to sounds and everything else. The whole time I was listening to the song, I kept thinking about her, you know, because she can't speak. So she, in a way, she kind of reminds me of a tree, you know. Right. She does it because she's nonverbal. So all those phrases and all those things that you were seeing in the lyrics, it reminded me of that.
You get this get this picture, this experience in your head whenever you watch Hua Hua. For me, I have a fascination with trees, and trees have this sort of duality to them because they have the roots that grow into the earth. Then they have the middle part that is on earth. And then they have the foliage that's reaching for the heaven. It's almost like trees connect heaven with earth, with what's beneath the earth.
Yeah, it's almost like
so
heaven,
earth, and
hell.
It bridges like three different realms together.
Yeah.
And so if you think about it, trees anchor us, but then the middle part of that tree sees all of the stuff that's going on around it. It watches us grow, like with that children's book. It experiences that growth. It watches everything that's going on around it. It goes from ancient times. And there was this beat in Hua Hua's song, that underbeat, that felt very ancient.
Yeah.
I don't know if you noticed that.
I did notice that. I did notice that.
I felt
like it was like a cacophony of like different, I don't know if I'm using the right word. Oh, anyway, of like, when you were saying about the three levels of the tree, because you had, if you read the lyrics, the way that I interpreted it, which may not be the right way, is you've got like these different emotions. You know, you've got those that are affected by this emotion in this way. It's almost like it's a silent battle, but it's not.
It's like a whole mix of things. Yeah. It's a mix of time. It's a mix of seasons. You feel so many different emotions. You felt sadness. You felt desperation. You felt this ancient need. It feels like you're going through years and years of a life and a cycle. It feels like you're going through a cycle while watching him perform, and his voice takes you through every single emotion. It's just, he is a very brilliant man, because an artist who can take and arrange music and compose something that gives people a different feeling from whoever watches it, or a different perspective from each person who watches it. That's a talent
all on its own.
All on its own.
Okay, so now we have to look at the close-up because I'm ready.
So yeah, because now we got to look at his expression, because part of Hua Hua performing is the way that he uses his body as well as his stage. So we are going to go watch this again. We may even get a whole other perspective out of it the second time around.
It's wonderful, though.
So
I love that.
We're going to go watch Sacred Tree with the closer up view, and so be on the lookout for that. Thank you so much for watching with us.
Bye, guys.